Welcome to the Double E Cup Series Season 8, Race Number 10, the finale. We're here in Central Texas at the Texas Championship Speedway for the final race of the season, in which 4 championship contenders will battle it out to see who will be the 8th Double E Cup Series champion. We've got some big names going at it today. We got some big names making their final Double E Cup Series starts. Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. among them. But while those two legends make their final starts, many of our eyes will be focused on the 4 championship contenders: Martin Truex Jr., Jimmie Johnson, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Larson. Now let's take a look at your full starting lineup for today's race. On the pole is Brad Keselowski, and the highest starting championship contender is Martin Truex Jr. Then in row 2 we have both Larson and Johnson. In row 3 our 4th championship contender is Chase Elliott along with Jamie McMurray. Then in row 4 we have Gibbs Cars, Denny Hamlin, and Daniel Suarez. Rounding out the top 10 we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kevin Harvick. Behind them we have Matt Kenseth and Ryan Blaney. Then behind them we have Eric Almirola in the 43 and Casey Kane in the 5. Then we have Kurt Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., along with AJ Allmendinger and Kyle Busch. And then we have Joey Logano in the 22 and Danica Patrick in the 10, likely making her final DECS start. Then we have Austin Dillon in the 3 and Ty Dillon, his brother, in the 13, along with Trevor Bayne and Eric Jones. And then we have Clint Bowyer in the 14 and Ryan Newman in the 31. And rounding out the field today is the RCR 27 car of Paul Menard. So here's your race info. All you need to know is 12 laps. Those are your 4 championship contenders, and the highest finisher of those 4 will win the title. Should be a good one this afternoon. Green flag is in the air for Keselowski. We are underway in the finale. Through 1 and 2, they remain 2 by 2. Up front, though, it's single file. Keselowski leads Martin Truex Jr., the highest running car of the 4 championship contenders. Lap 2 now is underway. And we got Truex. He's going to give a nudge to Keselowski, not wasting any time. Martin Truex Jr. wants to take command of this race. He will do just that. The 78 car to the lead, and he continues to lead the championship 4. Kyle Larson, though, trying to sneak in on him. He moves into second, runs a little wide. That opens the door for Johnson. Ooh, contact down the back straightaway. Jimmie Johnson trying to take third. He slides into Keselowski, and the 2 cars in the wall. And now coming out of 4, we got more contact. 3, 4 cars involved, as well as Brad Keselowski, our pole sitter. And the caution will be out here on lap 3, coming to lap number 4. Ryan Blaney, Casey Kane, Kurt Busch involved. Jimmie Johnson, one of the championship 4, made contact as well. So it could be some trouble there. Let's look on the replay. Looks like Johnson drove it in really deep there, and it just did not stick. Slid up into the 2 car. We got into the outside wall, and you see he started to come off the wall, and Blaney turned to try and avoid him. Got hit by the 20 of Matt Kenseth, and behind them stacking up was Casey Kane and Kurt Busch. Tough break for those drivers, and especially for our pole sitter, Brad Keselowski. Right now we have 2 championship contenders, Truex leading and Kyle Larson in second on the front row for this upcoming restart. Jimmie Johnson is still in 4th, but might have some damage from that incident. It looks like Chase Elliott is back there in 6th. We will restart here on lap number 6. And it should be an exciting one. So let's see if Truex can continue to hold on to that lead on the outside lane. Green flag is back in the air. He gets a pretty decent jump, but so does Larson on the inside. They're side by side. Now Larson gets loose. That opens the door for Jamie McMurray to move into the 2nd spot. Johnson around the outside. He's gotten a great restart here. Kyle Larson tries to retake 3rd. As up front, here comes Jimmie Johnson to the inside of Truex for the race lead. First time today we've seen a championship driver challenge Martin Truex Jr. Now here comes Larson, 3 wide on the bottom. He runs Johnson wide. The 48's in the wall. And up front, Martin Truex Jr. extends his lead over the 42. Jimmie Johnson falls back just barely inside the top 10. And now we got big trouble out of turn 2. 7, 8 cars at least are all around. A massive pile up here in turns 1 and 2. We'll bring out the caution 2/3 of the way through this race on lap number 8. Kyle Busch, Danica Patrick, Austin and Ty Dillon, Bayne, Bowyer, a lot of drivers involved. The red flag is out here for our leaders. Does not look like any championship drivers were involved in this wreck. Look at it real time. Look like they're 3 wide there mid-pack. Logano inside of Kyle Busch. He spins. Allmendinger gets involved. Danica almost avoids it, but she ends up T-boning the side of the 18. Clint Bowyer involved as well. 7, 8 cars at least. Eric Jones spun trying to avoid it. Tough break for all those drivers. A big wreck here midway through this race. You see where the red flag, you see where our championship drivers end up. Jimmie Johnson fell back to 10th after getting into the wall on that one corner earlier. And now these drivers will go back under the yellow flag. The red flag has been lifted. We're ready to restart here on lap number 10. Only 3 laps left to go in the season. Truex continues to lead. Larson, Elliott are both right there to challenge. Green flag is back in the air. Larson this time gets a better jump on that inside lane. He's going to try and jump on Truex and take that lead away for the first time. Here comes Larson through 3 and 4. He takes the lead from Truex. Kyle Larson to the race lead and the championship lead with 2 to go. Truex is still all over his back bumper. He gets into the back of the 42 and runs him wide. Truex back to the point. Here comes Chase Elliott up into the top 3 now. He goes underneath Denny Hamlin. We're coming to the white flag. Final lap here in Season 8. Kyle Larson going to try the high side, trying to cross over the 78. Down the backstretch they go. He looks inside. Contact is made. Both slide high. Here comes Chase Elliott on the bottom. He spins. Kyle Larson makes it through the carnage and is going to win the Season 8 championship. Kyle Larson escapes as a massive pileup across the start-finish line occurs behind him, including Truex, Chase Elliott. It looked like Johnson slipped through, but was not enough to catch Kyle Larson. Look what happened on that final corner. Chase Elliott had a big run after the 42 and the 78 made contact, but he got sideways coming out of 4. Larson even got into the wall, but was able to hold off Truex, who got turned. Chase Elliott spun, hit the inside and the outside wall. A crazy, wild final lap here of the season, and it turns out Kyle Larson, the young fan favorite, upcoming racer, wins the championship in dramatic fashion. His first career DECS championship. What an impressive run it was. Here is your top 5 in the finale. First, obviously, is Kyle Larson. Thank you to all of his sponsors for a great season for the 42 team. Second place went to Martin Truex Jr. That's where he crossed the line as he was spinning. A strong season for that 78 team in their return to the Double E Cup Series. Third place, a quiet day. Jamie McMurray ran top 5. He gets a third place finish. Many of these cars were skidding across the line. Chase Elliott crossed in 4th. Congratulations to all his sponsors on a strong season. Denny Hamlin ended up finishing in the 5th spot, so that is your top 5. Let's take a look at your full results. You can see where the championship 4 ended up. Jimmy Johnson drove back up to 8th, but was not able to become a major factor there at the end. You see a strong day for Suarez, Matt Kenseth, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. both get top 10s in what's probably their final Double E Cup Series starts. You see Danica Patrick was involved in a wreck, Kyle Busch as well. Jones, Allmendinger, Ty Dillon, Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse with strong finishes in the top 12, and you see all these drivers were involved in a couple of the pretty big wrecks we saw today. We saw 2 or 3 pretty intense crashes for a relatively short track, not what you would expect to see. Thank you all so much for watching this entire season. Out of the Grooves continues every Thursday. The off-season's coming, so it should be interesting to see where that goes. Congratulations to Kyle Larson and to all of his sponsors, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this entire season. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.